evening and welcome to Tyler Carlin tonight. So now they want another $200 billion. $200 billion for a war the man in charge swore he would never start. There it is, the whole con. The whole stinking, diseased, humiliating con. Not hidden in some classified annex. It's not buried in legal sludge. It's not whispered behind closed doors by defense contractors and loafers. It's out in the open. The Washington Post now reports that the Pentagon is seeking more than $200 billion in a budget request for the Iran war, a number that would dwarf the cost of the air campaign so far and urgently expand weapons production after 3 weeks of strikes. $200 billion more, because apparently the movement that sold itself as anti-war, anti-establishment, America first, and allergic to nation building has decided that the Middle East once again deserves an American blank check. Because of course it has. Because they lie. That is exactly what they do. They lie to your face. They watch your groceries get more expensive and they don't care. They watch your utility bills go up and they don't care. They watch your roads crack, potholes form, bridges rot, schools decay, hospitals close, families drown in bills, and then they turn around and tell you that the real emergency is yet another mountain of cash for bombs, munitions, escalation, and strategic fantasies cooked up by people whose own children, by the way, will never get to see the inside of a battlefield. Watch.
The war is almost over. Why is the Pentagon going to ask Congress for an additional $200 billion?
Well, we're asking for a lot of reasons beyond even what we're talking about in Iran. This is a very volatile world, and the military equipment some of this weaponry is unthinkable. You don't even want to know about it. Oh, you could end this thing in 2 seconds if you wanted to, but we are being very judicious. But we want to do, don't forget, Biden gave away, I rebuilt the military my first term. Biden gave away so stupidly to Afghanistan a lot. He didn't want to move it. He was too lazy, too stupid to move it. But it was a very small amount. It was a lot, but it was very small relative to what I purchased and what I built.
So there you have it. $200 billion is judicious. And somehow it is also Joe Biden's fault. Because of course it is. That is always the trick, isn't it? Trump lights the match, your house catches on fire, then he waddles into the frame to explain that actually, oh no, blaze began under the previous administration. That is exactly the level of contempt here. That's how stupid they think you are. They really do think you are stupid. They think that if they just throw around enough words like, oh ho ho, ammunition, volatility, strength, and Joe Biden, you will stop asking the only question that matters. Why is a man who campaigned as the candidate of peace now dragging the entire country toward another endless war and asking you to pay for it? Ask it again and again and again. Because while they are filling the air with patriotic vapor and military porn, life in the actual United States of America remains expensive, brittle, and increasingly unlivable for ordinary people. Grocery prices are higher, utility bills are more expensive, education is underfunded, infrastructure keeps crumbling, housing is still obscene, and healthcare remains a racket and a dream that only the rich can afford. And Donald Trump knew perfectly well that those costs were politically potent because he never stopped talking about them on the campaign trail. Watch. Does any of this ring a bell?
It's an old-fashioned term that we use, groceries. I used it on the campaign. It's such an old-fashioned term, but a beautiful term, groceries. It sort of says a bag with different things in it. Groceries went through the roof, and I campaigned on that. I talked about the word groceries for a lot.
Exactly. He knew. He knew what people were paying, he knew what people were feeling, and he knew what people were afraid of. And once he got into power, what did he do about it? Did he do anything? Nothing that helps you, nothing that lowers your costs, nothing that makes your life more stable. Instead, Republicans decided to gut Medicaid for 17 million Americans. Republicans also gutted Affordable Care Act subsidies for 24 million Americans. Think about that. Republicans gutted food assistance for millions more. Republicans also enabled a trade war that spiked up your costs. Republicans greenlit a war in the Middle East that sent oil prices surging. And now, because apparently betrayal is not complete until it has a price tag large enough to make defense lobbyists and contractors salivate, they want another $200 billion for a war Trump swore would never even happen. Watch.
I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars.
No more wars, no more disruptions. We will have prosperity and we will have peace. Under Trump, we will have no more wars, no more disruptions, and we will have prosperity and peace for all. I am the candidate of peace. I am peace.
Oh, I am peace. What a line. Oh, what a line. A line so ridiculous, so swollen with narcissism, so perfectly Trumpian in its greasy self-regard that it should be bronzed and mounted at the entrance to every failed casino and every shuttered democracy on earth. Oh, I am peace, says the man now presiding over yet another exploding Middle East budget request. I am peace, says the man whose answer to domestic pain is more sacrifice from the public and more money for war. Oh, I am peace, says the man whose entire political existence is a chain of chaos events strung together by self-pity. No, you are not peace. You are the salesman of peace. You are snake oil salesman, and you are the counterfeit coin. You are the pitch. And these motherfuckers, they bought it. They ate it up. And that should make you angry. You're not angry enough. It should make any decent person angry, because this is not only merely hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is too mild a word. This is a ruling movement looking straight at the economic pain of the country and deciding consciously, deliberately, that your hardship is acceptable collateral. So as long as the mythology of the strong man survives for yet another week, you will pay more. You will get less. Your programs will be cut. Your rent will still be obscene, and your groceries, they'll still be expensive. Your doctor will still be out of reach, a dream. Your roads will still be cracked, potholes unfilled, and somewhere in Washington, a package will swell. A contractor will smile, and a senator will puff out his chest, and Trump will once again be able to cosplay as a historic war leader in front of the cameras. That's the arrangement. They get the glory, you get the invoice. They get the photo op, and you, my friend, you get the bill. They get the illusion of strength. You get another decade of fallout. And notice something else. The moment you point this out, the same people who once claimed to hate endless war become incredibly offended. Suddenly, you are naive. Suddenly, you become unserious. Suddenly, you do not understand geopolitics. Oh! Suddenly, the moment that spent years pretending every foreign entanglement was evidence of elite betrayal now wants you to accept, without even protest or questioning, an even bigger bloodied blank check than the one who once used to condemn its enemies. Senator Ruben Gallego put it plainly. Read this. He says, at the height of combat, the Iraq war cost around $140 billion per year. And if the Pentagon is now asking for $200 billion, they're asking for a long war. The answer is a simple no. Yes, that's right, it's a long war. That's what it really means. It's not a quick operation. It's not a limited engagement. It's not some clean little display of force that wraps up neatly for the evening news. It is a long war. It's a long fucking war. It is a long fucking war. And if that doesn't make your stomach turn by now, congratulations, you have been propagandized into amnesia, because we've done this before. We know exactly what this sounds like. We know the script. We know the opening act. We know the language. We also know the promises. We know the chest beating. We know the pundits who suddenly discover nobility in sacrifice once somebody else is expected to make it. And now we know the end. Trillions of dollars, thousands of lives, broken bodies, broken families, in fact, broken countries, a generation of lies fossilized into patriotic folklore. This is what they're asking you to underwrite once again. And as if this were all not enough, they trot out the press secretary like a carnival barker. Carlin, one of the administration's many polished little human veneers slapped over the machinery of cruelty, refused to rule out the return of the draft. Watch.
Out there are worried that we're going to have a draft, that they're going to see their sons get in and daughters get involved in this. What do you want to say about the president's plans for troops on the ground? As we know, it's been largely an air campaign up until now.
It has been, and it will continue to be, and President Trump wisely does not remove options off of the table. I know a lot of politicians like to do that quickly, but the president, as commander-in-chief, wants to continue to assess the success of this military operation. It's not part of the current plan right now, but the president, again, wisely keeps his options on the table.
Oh, he wisely keeps his options on the table. There it is, again. Watch. The language of bureaucratic psychosis, the clean little euphemism that translates into plain English to this. Yes, your children yet may be sacrificed to the vanity of a man who spent the campaign promising the exact opposite. And no, they will not even grant you the dignity of honesty about it. This is what the options on the table really means. It means your sons. It means your daughters. It means your future. It means your money. It means your country. All of it treated as chips on the felt for Donald Trump's ego. So to every Trump voter still clinging on to the fantasy that this man had some master plan to lower costs, stop wars, restore dignity, punish corruption, and put Americans first, here's the only serious question left. How many times does he have to betray you before you admit what he actually is? How many times? What's the answer? I want to hear it. How many broken promises? How many excuses? How many humiliation? How many wars? Tell us. We want to know. How many tax cuts for himself? How many headlines about his legacy? Or do you not even see it at all? How many policy failures dressed up as his strategy? How many times does he have to spit directly in your fucking face before you stop calling it rain? Because none of this is new. In the first term, he promised an infrastructure law. That never materialized. He promised a cheaper and better healthcare plan. That never materialized. What else has he promised? Oh, yes, he promised a middle-class tax cut. That never materialized. He promised a jobs boom. That never materialized. He promised a manufacturing renaissance. That never materialized. And now, in this term, it is the same con with different packaging. Cheaper groceries. Oh, lower rent. Groceries. Cheaper housing. Free IVF. Inflation under control, justice for Epstein's victims, accountability for all his criminal associates, relief for ordinary people, renewal, strength, prosperity, history, golden age. Bro, he sounds like a fucking Democrat at this point. How you motherfuckers factually fell for that? I'm sorry. fucking retard sounds like a socialist, and you motherfuckers voted that because it came from his mouth. Amazing. None of it. Nothing. A graveyard. That is his presidency. A fucking graveyard of broken promises with a gold-plated sign out front. And the only thing he consistently delivers is for himself. He gives himself a tax cut. He builds himself a fucking ballroom. He doubles his own net worth. He arranges military defense gigs for the entire family. He gets the headlines. He gets the optics. He gets the protection. He gets the mythology. And he gets the tribute. And you, if you're foolish enough to keep believing him, get played. Because this is all it's ever been. Not public service, extraction. He does not give a single flying fuck about you. You were as useful when he needed your vote. And now you are as only useful as a bill payer, an audience, and a prop. Now it's about him. It always has been. His legacy, his image, his tax cut, his war, his headlines, his place in history. And at least one person finally managed to look at the thing directly without flinching. Watch.
If you could say something to President Trump and he was going to hear you right now, what would it be?
You are a worthless pile of
And you voted for him how many times?
3 times. That was my bad. Apparently, I'm an idiot.
Well, better late than never, huh? Because objective reality remains objective whether or not a cult approves of it. Donald Trump is broadcasting in every direction that his priority is not regular Americans. It is himself. He will not lift a single finger to help you unless helping you flatters him, enriches him, protects him, or extends his power. He will make every excuse in the world. He will blame Joe Biden. He will blame immigrants. He will blame Ukraine. He will blame the deep state. He will blame the calendar. He will blame gravity itself if necessary. But when it comes to delivering for ordinary people, nothing. But when it comes to bombs, budgets, vanity, and war, suddenly there's no price tag too high. You'll eat what's for dinner and you won't ask too many questions. Why? Because that is exactly what they think of you. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. This is who they are. This is what they want. Never forget that. They will glorify traitors, pardon and exonerate domestic terrorists who attacked our country. And they will erase your heroes. They will hand you lies and they will call it history. They will take your voice, they will take your vote, your future, and they will replace you, and then they will tell you that it is freedom. So subscribe, share this everywhere, and sign up to our newsletter on Substack so we can reach you directly if they ever try to pull the plug. And if we do not fight back, they win. And we cannot let them win. Join us. Mainstream media is dead for a reason. We'll see you tomorrow.